Assalamu alaikum students. Today we're going to find the vertex of a quadratic equation by three ways. What do we mean by vertex of a quadratic equation? All of you know that when you plot a quadratic equation, it will be an upward curve or a downward curve. The point, the minimum point or the maximum points, x and y coordinates, are the vertex of a quadratic equation. And if you draw a line from the vertex, you get the line of symmetry. All right, so let's get started. The first way of finding the vertex of a quadratic equation is the simplest one. You have to find the x and y coordinates of the vertex. So by putting a simple formula of x is equal to minus b over 2a, you can get the x coordinate of the vertex. And once you get the vertex, x coordinate of the vertex, you can find the y coordinate by putting it in the equation. So let's try it. X is equal to minus b over 2a. B is minus 6, so minus b will be 6 over 2 times a. A is 1. So x coordinate of the vertex is 3 in this case. Put this 3 in the equation and get the respective value of y. What do you get? Y is equal to 3 squared minus 6 plus 5, 9 minus 18 plus 5 will give you a minus 4. So the vertex or the minimum point or the maximum point, in this case a is positive, right? So we know that it will be a downward, an upward curve. So we'll get the minimum point. The minimum point or the vertex in this particular question will be 3 and minus 4. Now let's do the same with the help of another method. Second method is by completing square. You have to complete the square of this equation. Write it in the form of x minus p whole square plus q form, and this minus p and q is your vertex. All you have to do is to change the sign of p. So let's try it. Y is equal to x square minus 6x plus 5 is our equation. What I'll do, I'll complete the square. In order to complete the square, I'll divide minus 6 by 2 and then I'll add the square of it. Since I've added it, so I'll subtract it as well. And I've written the same 5 value here again. This has completed the square, minus 9 plus 5. So I'm left with this. So it is of the form x minus p whole square plus q, where this is my value of x, but I'll change the sign of it. So my value of x is 3 and minus 4. In the previous method, we have got the same vertex. Now let's try it with the third method. Okay. In order to find the vertex with another method, I want you to factorize this equation. So if we have to factorize it, I think minus 5 and minus 1 will be the factor. Minus 5x minus x plus 5. So I'll take minus 1 common. So I'm left with x minus 1 and x minus 5. All right. So after this, I have to find the roots of x. In order to find the root of x, I'll equate it to 0 and I'll get the value of x. So either x minus 1 is 0 and or x minus 5 is 0, so we'll get the values of x, which is 1 and 5 for y is equal to 0. So I can write 1 0 and 5 0 as the coordinates, the x-intercepts where y is equal to 0. Now let's plot these points 1 0 and 5 0 on the graph. 1 0 lies here and 5 0 is this point. So we know that the curve x-intercept is 1 0 and 5 0. So the vertex is in the middle. All right, keep this in mind that if we find the midpoint of x, it will give us the vertex or x coordinate of the vertex, which is 6 over 2, that is 3. So we've got the x coordinate of the vertex. If you put it in the equation, you will get the y coordinate of the vertex. So when you put x is equal to 3, we know one thing, that the vertex will be in the middle, somewhere here in the middle. All right, we don't know the y coordinate. By finding the midpoint of x coordinates of both the x-intercepts, we have figured out the vertex for our equation. By putting in the value of x is equal to 3 in this equation, what do you get? 3 squared minus 6 into 3 plus 5 is equal to minus 4. So this is your y coordinate for the vertex. Okay, these were the 3 ways of finding the vertex of a quadratic equation. It depends on the question, which way to apply. So all the best. I hope you were able to understand. Allah Hafiz.